What's going on, G's? Back at it again. Today, I want to bring a different way to look at things. A more funner way, a more better way. This is competition. Competition brings the best out of you. For example, let's say you have a group of friends, right? And in that group, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to work out, you're trying to get fit. Instead of doing that by yourself or going with your buddy and doing it, you could pretend like you're in some competition. Who could burn the most calories? Who could lift the most? Who could do this? Who could do that? Not in like a crazy like I win way, but in a way where you're both climbing the top together. I'm going to leave you with this example right here. So there's this guy growing up in Italy, Enzo Ferrari. In 1922, at the age of 20, he began working as a test driver in Milan and joined Alfa Romeo as a driver. After the birth of his son in 1940, he started his own company because he thought driving was going to be too dangerous. So he created Ferrari in 1940. Obviously one of the biggest, most badasses brands in the world. So around the same time, there's this another man. I'm going to leave him unknown for now, and I'll come back to that at the end. He was making tractors, and he loved machines and the workings of machines. So this unknown man went and he purchased a Lamborghini, but then he figured out all the flaws behind the Lamborghini. He went to the repair shop to go repair it, and he knew all about machines, but when they went to go repair it, they wouldn't let him watch what was going on behind the curtains. So they got into a little argument, a little commotion. The tractor guy said he could make his car better, and then the Ferrari guy was like insulted because he just saw this tractor guy saying he could do better. He was like, what does a tractor guy know about race cars, shit like this, sports cars, whatever, you know? So they got into the little heated argument, and he rejected the advice. This is the big part of the story. So with that information, instead of the tractor guy just sitting there taking his L, taking his beating, and then going back home, he decided to do something about it. He decided to take action. He decided he was going to turn his car interest into a professional pursuit, and he was going to make the Lamborghini 350 GTV at the motor show. Let's go. Let's get that Lambo. Keep in mind, this Ferrari guy, he's been in the business for a number of years. He's older. He has more history in racing. Let's just say he has more money and he's further ahead in the same career, all right? Lamborghini, on the other hand, had the technical know-how and knew the inner workings of the machine that the Ferrari guy didn't know too much of. So with that being said, little side note, little mental smartness. This man built his Lamborghini office right next to his manufacturing facility. So that way he could always go peek, come here, come back. It just makes sense altogether. He had the willingness to get his hands dirty to see his dream shine. You gotta do the same thing. Iron sharpens iron. Lamborghini and Ferrari would bring out the best in each other. Ferrari was always into the track racing, but Lamborghini made him come out the tracks and more into the streets. They pushed each other harder to evolve and become stronger and more versatile versions of themselves. Iron sharpens iron. So if we take a pause in the story and we look back a couple minutes, what did I say? They got into that heated argument. You think the first time, if they didn't get into that heated argument, they wouldn't have propelled to higher levels? No, it was that argument in the first place, that negative, that brought them to the positive. On that, my boy Fifth, my boy Curtis, bro, he bought a Ferrari 488 and had a battery. He had to charge it, but that shit wasn't charging. He plugged into the wall. He tried to do everything, but it just wouldn't work. So he had to take his Ferrari back to the shop too. Damn, I might have to take mine back to the shop too. I don't know if it's running right out there, right? So yeah, in conclusion, competition. One person wins, one person loses. But are you looking at it in that way, or are you looking at it in the way that they both won at the end of the day? Ferrari and Lamborghini are two of the biggest companies. If this little competition never started, they wouldn't have reached their dreams and everything where they got to today and made that legacy, that empire, that shit's still flying off the fucking stores. So the better your opponent, the better you become. The more competition, the more energy you have to bring. So get people around you that could do that, whether it's a negative or a positive, whether if it's your group, your crew, whatever it is, or if it's just some mental thing that you're just making up, like, oh, I'm competing with the sixth god, I'm competing with Drake myself, you know? So get your competition out there and evolve yourself. Gregory Watts signing out. Use this information wisely. I didn't make this video for no reason. I made this video for you guys, and I made this video for myself to come back to in the future. But in the future, it will be the present. With that being said, take care. Subscribe to me. Comment. Like this shit. I'll be back.